From multi-use linen to branded floor coverings and a complete range of cleaning supplies, C&B Linen is here to make sure you have everything you need. You'll experience the difference with C&B Linen because you're not just a client, you're part of our family. You'll be winning with C&B Linen.
From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather at noon.
Well, good Thursday afternoon, everybody. Taylor Plott here in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center with your latest forecast. Absolutely fantastic today. Still looking pretty good tomorrow, but we have changes coming up this weekend, and that's regarding those storms that we'll be tracking specifically on Sunday. That's when we're starting to see our severe weather risk. We got a lot to talk about. Let's get right to it. First off, let's take a live look outside at Lawrenceburg, Florence, Pulaski, and Cherokee here on the Arctic Air Skycam network, looking absolutely fantastic on your Thursday afternoon. A few clouds out there. These are those typical high, thin cirrus clouds. So if they move through and, they obstruct the sun a little bit, it won't really obstruct much of anything. You're still going to get a good amount of heating today from the sun out there. Again, looking absolutely fantastic today from that Arctic Air Skycam network. Right now in Lawrenceburg, still looking very good temperature-wise. It's definitely warmed up now. We're at 70 degrees here in Lawrence County, Tennessee. Humidity still on the lower side of things, so still a dry air mass in place with that humidity level at 26%. Down in Florence on the campus of the University of North Alabama, already up to 72 degrees right now with a southeasterly wind at 3 miles per hour and that humidity also at 33%. So no rain expected today. Really not a lot of rain expected tomorrow. Our rain chances bump up once we get into Saturday, and I'll get to that here in just a moment. Temperature-wise across the board, again, everybody's in those upper 60s to lower 70s right now. 71 in Athens, 68 in Pulaski, 68 in Lewisburg, 72 down there in Moulton, 73 in Savannah, already 75 degrees in Iuka. There could be some places today that flirt with that 80-degree mark. If you don't hit it today, I think there's a good chance you actually might hit it tomorrow. High pressure is continuing to move off to our east, and what that does is you got that clockwise rotation around it that's pumping in that moisture from the Gulf. And so even though it's dry right now, you're still getting that southerly push from there. So we start to moisten up the atmosphere a little bit going into your Friday. Clouds, most of them are off to our south or to our north. We're kind of sandwiched in between the middle of some two cloud masses right now. But it's this disturbance that we're seeing off to our southwest that will start moving into our area once we get into the day on Friday. Temperature-wise today, everybody should be getting into the middle 70s. Some places, again, like I mentioned, could get close to that 80-degree mark. Savannah could be getting close to 80 degrees today, 77 for the Shoals, 75 in Pulaski, and 75 in Lewisburg. For tonight, we'll see those temperatures drop back down into the 50s, so even a few 40s out there, but it's not going to be as chilly like what we've seen the past few nights. Lows here in Lawrenceburg should be around 50 degrees tonight, 51 in the Shoals, 51 in Rogersville, and 52 degrees in Moulton. So you will still need to have that little bit of a jacket potentially for your Friday morning commute. If you have any plans to do any outdoor activities across the area on your weekend, Sunday's probably going to be your best day to do that. I know you still see those storm icons there. Most of this will actually end up being during the late evening hours and into the overnight period. For your Saturday, I think that might be a no-go because there's going to be widespread showers and storms moving on through. It's not going to be raining at every moment during the day, but you can pretty much bet that at some point you're going to be seeing those showers and storms. Temperature-wise, still not looking too bad for the weekend, though. Allergy forecast, yeah, you still need to have the allergy medication on hand for the next several days. Today and tomorrow are going to be the extreme level. We had a little bit of a break on Saturday. That's due to the showers and storms moving on through. That will dampen the amount of pollen that's actually in the air. But then we go back up to that high category on Sunday on your Tennessee Valley Allergy Service forecast. And once you go into next week, it will be right back up to that extreme level once again. So here are those rain chances that I mentioned. Again, it's not too terribly high for your Friday, only about a 20% chance during the day and about a 30% chance during the night. Once we get into Saturday, though, that's when those rain chances really go up during the day, around 70%. And then for your Sunday, again, the day's dry, but it's the nighttime. That's when we'll start to see those showers and storms move back into the area. Some of those could be on the strong or even severe side. And then we are checking in on Wednesday that there could be another lower end chance of a few showers around. All right, let's get to it because I know everybody's focusing in on that storm potential on this weekend. So let's kind of go step by step and show you exactly what we're forecasting right now. For your Friday, like I mentioned, only a few spotty showers are possible. The better rain chances Friday will be to our southwest. As we go into your Saturday, though, southerly winds continue to push that moisture off of the Gulf, and that will increase our rain chances on Saturday. And there will be a few storms out there as well, but I don't think that they're going to be big-time severe weather makers. They could easily be on the strong side. We're talking about gusty winds at about 30 to 40 miles per hour, maybe some pea-sized hail and a lot of lightning. But in the regards of severe weather potential on your Saturday, it's really not there. But the system is still off to our west, and it's still gathering strength. It's still getting its act together. And so once we get into the day on Sunday, 8 a.m., you're mostly dry, with only a few spotty light showers expected, but we're dry for the most part during the day until we get into the evening hours. 11 p.m. this evening, we'll have a cold front that's moving in from the northwest, and that will start to spark off showers and storms along it. It's possible that by the time this system gets to us, there really isn't scattered storms around. It's probably going to be more of a solid line than anything that will be moving on through during the late evening hours. So again, this is 11 p.m. We'll fast forward, and as we go into 8 a.m., notice how that chunk of rain and storm starts to move off to our southeast. Now again, a lot of this should be in the form of a line of storms, but by the time we get into your Monday morning, specifically 8, 9 a.m., most of this should be off to our southeast, and we're drying out here in the Tennessee Valley area. So as for that severe storm risk, again, we're still technically at a level 2 out of 5 from the Storm Protection Center here going into Sunday night into Monday morning. During the day on Monday, all this shifts off to our southeast. So again, our main focus is going to be that late Sunday period, Sunday evening into early Monday morning. We have two threats that we're watching for. The first is more uncertain, and that's because we'll have a cap, a warm layer aloft in place. And what that does is it prevents any updrafts from punching through it if it's strong enough, and any storm potential is pretty much kept at bay. But if that cap breaks during the evening hours, there's that chance that there could be a few scattered showers and storms that develop, and some of those could be severe, and they could include a tornado risk. So that is something that we're watching for, but that's the most uncertain part of this forecast right now. What we are certain about is, like I mentioned, we'll probably be dealing with a line of storms moving on through during the late evening and early overnight hours for your Monday morning. And that line could easily produce damaging winds around 60 miles per hour. There could be a few instances of hail in there, but we're also watching that threat for a few isolated potential spin-up tornadoes within the line. So again, we're still watching this. We're still fine-tuning the forecast. We're starting to get into that range where we can get a little more specific with what we expect with this system. And I'll go ahead and say, based on everything we've been seeing over the past several days, this doesn't look to be that higher-end severe weather risk like what we saw a couple of Saturdays ago. This is not going to be one of those high-risk days that we're talking about. This is going to be your kind of usual springtime severe weather event that we'll see occasionally during the spring months. And they could give you severe weather, but they're not going to be those big higher end severe weather risks that we deal with. But what you need to do is you need to remain informed. So that means you can download our app. You can scan that QR code right here in the center of your screen. But what we also need to do is make sure that NOAA Weather Radio is ready to go. Make sure it has batteries in case the power goes out. Make sure it's on. This particular model right here, there's a little switch on this right side that says on and off in regards to the alerts. Make sure it's on, because if it's not, it's not going to work the way that it needs to work. So make sure that you have that in place for your Sunday night into Monday morning. Your 7-day forecast beyond that storm threat is actually looking pretty good. Again, we're good today and tomorrow. a pretty good chance of showers and storms on Saturday, but then beyond that system on Sunday, we're looking good Monday and Tuesday. Temperatures dropping back down into the 60s and 70s both Monday and Tuesday. So a little bit of a, not necessarily a big relief from, say, big heat. I know we're getting up into the 80s, but it'll be a little below normal for this time of year once we get into Tuesday, with temperatures generally in the middle 60s. And then once we get into Wednesday, temperatures right back up into the lower 70s. Again, we'll have that chance of a few showers next Wednesday as well. That's your latest forecast from the Tennessee Valley Weather Center at noon today. Fred Gossage will be in at his live at 5 later on this evening. He'll have another update on the latest information regarding that storm threat on Sunday. Until then, I hope everybody has a fantastic Thursday.
You're watching the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel.